Yo, yo, yo. What's going on? Give everybody a minute to get on in here. How's everyone doing today? Yo, this music's a vibe, I'm not gonna lie. It's better than the normal lo-fi stuff I normally got going on. All right, anyone that's in here, I wanted to go live today. I got a few announcements. I figured we'd also take a look at the Kadena chart, the Bitcoin chart. The markets are, kind of dying right now. So figured now's the best time. Just kind of chill out, hang out, look at some stuff. We got some Kadena news we're going to look at. I got a video I want to kind of just do a little reaction to. So just a few things going on today. Just going to be chilling. Hope everyone's having a good Friday. Very happy it's the weekend. Very, very happy. I hope everyone's doing good today. So we're going to just give a minute, get a couple people join in here, and we'll go ahead and get started. Anyone that's in here, if you guys want to leave a like and share the video out, tweet it out, all that jazz, help get it out there. Appreciate that. JJ Lewis, what's up, man? How you doing? How's it going? Hope you're doing good. So, we got a few, like I said, a few announcements, and one of them is that I'm going to be live streaming a little more. Let me turn this light on. So, I figured we'd go live today, because I just need to get into the vibe of being more comfortable on stream. I think it's a lot easier for my viewers, for you guys to interact on live stream and just kind of get more like a personal touch, so I think it'll be fun. Soon. What up, man? How you doing? I like the name, pretty funny. Like, sub done, appreciate you. Appreciate everybody in here. So let's just go ahead and get started. So one of the things I wanted to announce was that I'm going to be doing like a Kadena weekly news. If you guys seen the thumbnail, we're going to be doing it every single Friday. Now, I don't know exactly what time, but we're going to be streaming every Friday. We're going to go over all the most important Kadena news, because I think that would be a lot more fun than just making a video. Just making a video is really not that exciting in my opinion. So I was going to do it this week and kind of go over everything cool that went on, but I kind of just got the idea a few days ago. So, I stay on top of stuff going on in Kadena, but not enough to where I can go over everything that happened this week. So we're going to go over the few things that I did keep track of, a few things that I think are kind of, exciting, but every Friday. So, try to spread it around the Kadena community. I want to do this for you guys because I think that having all the news just in one place, so for the people who might not have a lot of time but are very passionate about Kadena, can kind of just come in here, hang out. Maybe you're at work and you just want to listen or whatever. You can get up to date on all the news, and I think it'll just be fun. So that's what we're gonna do, and I will tweet out a time sometime next week. We'll figure it out. What else? So I guess this goes into the news. KD launch. They announced on the 20th, so about 7 days ago, that DocuShield's IDO is pretty much ready to go. Now, as far as I know, 2 hours ago, the IDO registration is a go. So you guys can head over here, get signed up, and pick up some of those doc tokens. DocuShield is easily becoming, I would say, one of the most popular projects in Kadena right now, just because Adrian, the CEO, man, he's a hardworking guy, and if you're watching the Twitter Spaces, I'm sure you guys have seen him around pretty much everywhere. So I definitely think DocuShield has a ton of potential. I do have a video out where we did a first look on DocuShield, so if you're not up to date, go check that out. But I think the doc token and just this project in general is going to do really, really well. Like I said, Adrian is a really hardworking dude, and he's very professional, which is sometimes hard to find in this space. So yeah, another announcement, which is pretty exciting, is Sunday, I'm actually going to be doing a stream with KD Launch and DocuShield. So we're going to hop on here, me, Adrian, and Fonzo. So we're going to just kind of ask some questions. I got a few questions for Adrian. So we're going to go over some questions for DocuShield. We're going to talk about the IDO, some other details, and a few questions for KD Launch that I have. So we can go a little bit more into detail with that. And then we'll have a time at the end where you guys can ask questions. So make sure to come on in here Sunday, and that is going to be at 5 o'clock EST when we're going to be going live. I'm sure KD Launch and DocuShield and me will be tweeting it out beforehand. I'll probably announce it or tweet it out here tomorrow, or probably tomorrow. So hope you guys are excited for that. So hard to keep track of all the parts changing in the Kadena ecosystem. If you map it all the existing parts and show that map weekly without any stash change. So yeah, I agree. It is very, very, very hard to keep track of everything that's going on in this space, specifically Kadena. There's just so much. There's new projects coming out all the time. There's a ton of stuff going on. So I think it'll be really easy for everybody to just come on in here and hang out. You know, we can just kind of get a little bit more close. I love the Kadena community. You guys are amazing, honestly. So anything I can do to help. And then, you know, maybe in the future, I was even thinking we get a website going and then have just like kind of a Kadena news website. I had a cool logo that I made that was kind of like a news station style. But I was going to show it to you guys, but I don't think I have it on this computer, so I guess we'll just have to wait. But anyways, so let's go ahead and look at Kadena. Now, I will say, I'm going to go out here to the daily. I know my chart looks like a absolute meme with all these lines. But that's just kind of how I chart things out. You like that? Always got to rep it. Always. Appreciate that. I've been trying to, if you guys see my tweet, if you follow me on Twitter, I was trying to get us some more merch. We need some CADX merch, some KD swap merch, and some KD launch merch. So yeah, we really need that, because I need to be repping some other things. I can't just wear this shirt every time, you know. I gotta have some other ones. And I tried to say something to Dan about getting a Flux shirt too, but that didn't seem to work out. Flip my video. Oh, I see what you mean. Let me see. There's that better. I'm gonna be honest with you. I put it the way I had it because I thought looking like, or see, now it looks like off the screen. I always thought it was kind of weird. So I figured it looked better if I was looking into the screen, you know what I'm saying? But I get what you mean. I hope that's better. I did think it looked kind of weird, so. Anyways, Kadena. I am predicting, not predicting, but I think we see close to $1. That's what I'm waiting for, personally. I don't know, man. It's hard to really tell because a lot of people are assuming that we get a bounce here. But try to ignore the lines. Like I said, I like to keep an eye on these lower time frames because I'm trying to kind of get a good position. If we get like a large movement to the downside, I want to make sure that I can catch it. But, you know, we kind of just been going like up and down here for a minute. So if we lose this $2 range, I definitely expect us to go much, much lower. But we did have, let me go to a 1 hour. We did have this ascending wedge here that I charted out a while ago. And it played out perfectly. My target was this blue line, and then this green line right here at $2 was the actual target. So most of the time your measured move will be about 70% ish, give or take. Of what your measured move is. So that played out. It worked out good. You know, with these kind of things, when they break to the downside, they're never just going to go, you know, just straight. It's not going to just dump straight down unless something bad happens, you know. So we did, that ended up playing out, which is great. But honestly, I'm still holding my funds because I really do think we are going lower. There's nothing really at this point, I think, that keeps us, like, I just don't see any reason for us to pump, you know. We don't have a lot of like new projects or anything exciting going on. I think once CADX launches, that's going to be, you know, obviously a little something to give us a push. I think KD Swap was good. And I love KD Swap. I think the platform looked great. Everything, in my opinion, was great about it. I know there was a ton of FUD going on, you know, that day when all that happened. But besides, I mean, I don't know. I used the platform. I thought it worked fine. So, you know, I guess people are going to have their problems. I think a lot of things that people need to keep in mind, too, is when you have something launching like that, if you've got a ton of people trying to get all on one site all at once, you're always going to have issues with things getting clogged up and taking time, right? So, you know, expecting to get on something like KD Swap right away and be like the first transaction, that's more than likely never going to happen, right? So, yeah, I mean, that's something you just got to keep in mind. And I think the launch went great. So we've got some total locked value over there. And I've got a little thing we're going to look at here about that here in a second. But we definitely need CADX. There's absolutely no doubt about that. CADX is a must need. Hey, love your content. What do you think the biggest risk and obstacles with Kadena succeeding as top layer 1? First off, I appreciate that. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. What do I think the biggest risks and obstacles are? I think right now our biggest obstacle is going to be getting more builders. That's really, really what we need. You know, if you guys follow Ryan Matta, he's trying to work on getting some new tutorials and stuff like that out for Pact, because I really do think that the tutorials and the stuff that we have for builders is just not that great. Not at all. I actually tried learning Pact when I first got into Kadena, and the tutorials, yeah. I mean, they'll get you the basics, but if you have really any questions or any issues with it, you're going to have a hard time working that stuff out yourself. So I personally think that's going to be our biggest obstacle right now, because we need more applications on the or in the ecosystem. That's really all it comes down to right now. Once we get a ton of developers, I definitely think we're going to see price, you know, catch up. Yep, Pact developers that's the biggest thing. And I thought with the whole Luna situation that we were going to have a lot of people kind of come over. But again, I think just the resources for developers is so non-existent right now. It's just really, really hard for these builders that are looking to build on anything else to get into Kadena. So I think right now the Kadena team, they should really, really focus their resources on getting more developer stuff out there. If there are any developers in here and you're looking for some people to kind of connect with, let me get this open real quick here. There is a Twitter page you guys can go check out, the Pact Developer Network right here. So funny enough, and I don't think a lot of people know this, I actually founded Pact Developer Network because when I first got into Kadena, and started looking into Pact, I realized that there was literally nowhere for developers to go, which is a very, very important thing. If you are a builder, one thing you want is some people that you can talk to about the same thing. You want to get really involved in it, and I think that that's a big deal. So that was kind of why I started this, and just between the YouTube channel and working and all sorts of other stuff, I really haven't had the time to put into this like I really want to. But this is here. So any developers, you know, there's a Telegram here, there's a Discord here, hop in there. I am planning on getting this really, going here shortly. I'm going to talk with some projects. We're going to try to get some developers in there. There's a AMA stage already like kind of set up. So I'm going to try to get some projects to come on in, and they can do some AMAs and talk to developers about more of the, technical aspects that people want to know. So, yeah. Definitely go check that out if you guys are developers. But price-wise, man, if we lose this $2, I really think we're screwed. So let's hope that doesn't happen. No construction workers, no construction. Yep. I agree. And I think that's exactly what we're seeing right now is we don't have enough builders. We did get this announcement here that DeFi Llama is tracking the total value locked on KD Swap now, so that's pretty cool. Turn this music down just a hair as I turn it up more. There we go. So yeah, I think this is pretty great. It's already, got more than CADX, but you can see on here, the total value's kind of been going down through all of them. 5.19% down on CADX, 8.97% down from KD Swap. And you can see most of the values still locked in Babena or Babina, whatever. So we definitely need something else. Do I think under $2 is bad? Absolutely not. I think $2 is a opportunity of a lifetime that anybody, if you guys are into Kadena and you get an opportunity to buy back down here in this this range. Let me get my thing up. This range here. If we fall back down into this range, I would definitely look at accumulating in some of those areas. I mean, you're looking at a lifetime opportunity. We could honestly, if we break below $1, that's when, in my opinion, it gets really, really real. Because, yeah, when $1.30, I have no idea, bro. I genuinely cannot tell you. That's the thing. You really can't give dates. It's all speculation. The price, I mean, we could bounce where we're at right now and we could head back up to 330, that's always an option too. So, I'm personally pretty bearish and I think we're still going to keep going down. But there's always an opportunity that we bounce. A lot of people, let's look at Bitcoin real quick. A lot of people are thinking that, oh man, my charts are such a mess. A lot of people are thinking that we have some sort of relief bounce here because, we haven't seen one yet. And the thing, in my opinion, with the whole relief bounces is you don't have to have it. That's the thing. And that goes with anything. Just because it happens in the past or it's very, it happens pretty often doesn't mean it's going to happen every single time. So to expect a relief bounce here, I think is just, you're just kind of assuming the market's going to go up. I'm not going to assume that because just with the stock market, the economy in general, just the kind of sentiment on Twitter with the whole space, I think a lot of people are kind of waiting to see what happens because I think we are going to go lower. I definitely think we go lower. Yeah, I don't think we see 50 cents either. I agree with that. I think if we see 50 cents, then, not financial advice, but you guys better be buying as much as you can if we go down to 50 cents because that is a humongous opportunity. Like I said, really anything under $2, in my opinion, is a good buy. Jules, appreciate you, man. Thank you for that. So, we'll see. The more projects that keep getting built, and this bear market is the best time for these builders to just keep building. People want a bunch of stuff to launch right now. I just don't think now's a good time. I think we need to get CADX out. I think that needs to kind of get situated, and we need to find some sort of stability. And then I think You know, once Cadex comes out and these developers have some resources to start developing, we'll start seeing things grow. We'll see a lot more value locked up. But I just think the markets in general are just so sketchy right now that people are not going to really take a risk on a altcoin like Kadena, you know. Yeah, DCA under $2 is a good idea. I actually had, we'll go back to the chart. I actually had some buy orders in here. I had a buy order in at like 175, right? Which is right here. Add some more lines. I'm sure that's what everybody wants to see, is more lines. But I had a buy in right here at $1.75, right? Because that's that support that we bounced off of. So if we do fall down, I would definitely expect it, obviously, that we retest that $1.75. If that fails, where did I have? I think I had some buy orders in at 150 because you had another line of support right about here. And then you've got your very deep buy orders that you can set up at like around like 125. That's more of a psychological resistance. And then, you know, you've got your dollar target, which I think I think a test of $1 is very possible. I know some people might not want to hear that, but I definitely think it could happen. Thoughts on Bitcoin decoupling from the stock market? I mean, you know, to be 100% honest with you, I mean, it'd be a great thing, but I don't know. I think stocks went up today and we kind of went down on Bitcoin, right? So it could already be kind of happening. But I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really the expertise there to give you that opinion. So I don't really want to speak on something I don't really know. I think it's stupid that the crypto market follows the stock market anyways. It's the whole point of us having like, you know, kind of two different markets. So I wish the crypto market didn't follow the stock market. It would make more sense to me if it didn't, but it does. So that's just kind of the way she goes. Am I afraid that KDA is not decentralized since there is JP Morgan behind the project? I don't know how true some of those statements are. Somebody that has worked on JP Morgan's blockchain before, you know, Stuart, just because he developed on that doesn't actually mean that JP Morgan is behind Kadena. So I don't know exactly where you get that from. And KDA is like all running on Flux. So it's about as decentralized as you're going to get. It's more decentralized than, you know, Solana, where the whole blockchain just kind of goes down. If you can turn a blockchain on and off, then I don't really think it's a blockchain, you know? And I don't think anybody can do that to Kadena. It's running on Flux. Flux is as decentralized as you can really get. A lot of these projects are run on AWS servers too, which is a lot of, I don't think a lot of people know that. I didn't actually know. I believe Harmony, which is layer 2 for Ethereum, I heard that is running on Amazon Web Services, so, or services, whatever it is. So, yeah, what else do we got to look at? We had a discussion, the Kadena team, the Kadena Eco, they did a little discussion here with Lago Finance. It seemed pretty interesting. To be honest with you, I didn't actually look into it enough to figure out exactly what it is. They're doing some infrastructure of some sort. Yeah, that's a good question. What part what part of Kadena is not decentralized? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that. That's a good point. So, you know, this project here is pretty interesting. I figured we'd take a look at this little thread right here. Now, I am going to make a full video deep diving into this project, or we'll do a first look on it. But there's not enough information out, and as far as I know, if I check, the website still is not working. Oh, it's up now. Nice. Okay, cool. So let's look at this then. DeFi infrastructure on Kadena. Is there any... Okay, there's no info. We got LinkedIn's, which is neat. Okay, so there's no info on the website yet. So hopefully they get that situated. This actually wasn't even up yesterday, so maybe they got it running for the what you call it, the AMA yesterday or something. But let's go ahead and look at this thread real quick. So what is the purpose of Lago Finance? The word lago means lake in Romance languages like Italian, Spanish, and Portuguese. It's a natural feature contributing to a healthy and rich ecosystem of the Kadena's DeFi. So why build on Kadena? The Pact smart contract language is easier to learn and more secure than Turing-complete alternatives. And that's something I also didn't say when we were talking about Pact. The resources are not really there, and it can be hard, but I don't think it's nearly as hard as Solidity. I actually took an entire course for Solidity because I wanted to learn how to code there before I started dabbling into Pact. And Solidity is a pain in the ass. No doubt about that. So, once there's a few resources for these developers to realize how easy Pact is, it's going to be crazy. And once they realize that it'll be more secure, and that they can also utilize a lot of the modules that are already, ready to go, it's going to be huge. And as far as I know, they did say that they were going to be paying people to use the modules. So if you're a developer and you code a module and then other people start using that module, I think you're going to be earning some kind of some sort of rewards for doing so. So that's pretty neat. What is that page? This is their LinkedIn, unless you're talking about this. I'm not sure what page. You talking about the this thread? Anyways, let's get back into it. So, developer onboarding experience to Kadena is frictionless. Therefore, the ecosystem is growing fast and also incentivized by a 100 million eco fund. Braided parallel proof of work chains solve the trilemma. And who are the founders? So we got this guy. He spoke in the AMA for a bit. And then we had this guy too, which he seemed pretty like he knew what he was talking about. I'm gonna be honest, I half listened to the AMA, so I definitely suggest you guys swing over here and kind of listen to the whole thing. You can find on the Kadena Twitter. But they got a Discord, so hop in there. Like I said, I'll do a full first look into this project, whatever it's going to actually turn out to be. I don't really think there's enough info here to, foundational infrastructure for DeFi is very vague. So we'll see what it turns out to be, and we'll check it out whenever it does what it does. So yeah, I mean, I think that's really it for the news. I don't think we had a lot going on. We had that whole issue with that the code for all the swaps, right? So Typing K actually, let's see if we can find it on Cadex's thing. Typing K actually found a hole, I think, in some of the code for the original Kadena swap, and that's like the module that all these other like KD swap and Anendak and Cadex are using, right? So it's great that she found that, and they're doing more bug bounties and stuff like that too. So if you guys are hackers or whatever, you might want to look into this bug bounty program. It could really help out the ecosystem. The less holes we have, the better. Can we look at other projects besides KDA? Yeah, we can do that here in a minute. I've got a video I want to kind of do a little reaction to, because I thought it was interesting. But yeah, they had a article on here talking about the issues. Yeah, so over the past few days, we successfully implemented a hotfix to the Cadex beta, enabling us to resume the core functionalities of the beta. This fix has been thoroughly tested. We can confirm that the discovered vulnerabilities are no longer present in our code. So I would just assume that means that it's fixed on everybody else's end too. So That was great. So yeah, we'll just have to see really what this price does. KDA is all you're interested in. Yeah, I feel that. Same. That's more or less why I wanted to do this stream today, because I just kind of wanted to get in the vibe. This is what we're going to be doing every Friday. So I'll just say this again, if you guys weren't in here in the beginning. Every Friday, we're going to be doing a weekly Kadena news stream. So you guys can come on in here. We can hang out, talk Kadena. We're going to go over all the important news that happens throughout the week, and get everybody all caught up, because a lot of people don't have enough time to go into all the Twitter spaces and all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to attempt to get in as many of the Twitter spaces next week as possible. I'm going to kind of sum them up for you guys in that weekly live stream, and then we'll go over any other important news that goes on. And we'll also do TA every week as well. Done looking at crap projects. Yeah, I feel that. Honestly, right now, you know, the channel was really focused on just low cap projects as a whole. But, you know, Kadena's just kind of taken over my mind. Once you look into the technology and you kind of understand what's going on, it's almost hard to look at any other projects, you know, because what's going to beat it? Which kind of leads me into the video that I wanted to look at. So, go ahead and turn the music off. Crypto Jeb here. This guy, so I'll give a little backstory. I actually tweeted out a tweet earlier in the week, right? And it was a clip from Jeb's podcast. He does a podcast that's like Crypto and Coffee, or Coffee and Crypto, whatever. And there was a little point in there where somebody asked him what he thought about KDA, and his response was that he thought KDA was going to die, and he didn't think it deserved to get to where it was at like 22, 23, whatever it got to. And yeah, he said that basically what Kadena does could be separated into Bitcoin and Ethereum, and there's really just no point for it, right? So I tweeted about that. I tweeted a clip of that video, and a lot of the community actually got a little salty with Mr. Jeb here. So first off, I want to say no hate to Jeb. It's okay for him to have his opinion about KDA, and I don't think that we want to hop on people and just kind of harass them. You know what I'm saying? So just anybody that's seen that tweet and knows what I'm referring to, you know, we want to drag people into the community and not push them away, right? So if other people see a bunch of people kind of dogpiling a guy, it can be kind of off-putting to some other people. So I think from just a community standpoint, it can be a better idea if we just teach people, right? He doesn't know about Kadena. He doesn't know what it does. So instead of attacking people and getting upset, you were some of that salt. Yeah, it's okay, man. It's fine. And that's okay. I'm glad to see that people are passionate about Kadena. I think that's what makes it really special. So it's good to see that there's a lot of people passionate out there, and they definitely were passionate. So I can't be mad at y'all for that. But I also think it's just, yeah, I mean, it's fair to say, like, maybe not make a comment on something if you don't know exactly what you're speaking of. And I think that was the mistake that he made, is he made a comment, and his comment was very obviously misinformed. And again, we want to inform people so that way they want to come and join us, and not, you know, like I said, kind of freak out. Like, everybody was pretty, yeah, I was laughing. It was kind of funny, to be honest with you. But I did want to take a quick look at this video. He had this podcast, and he was referring to Ethereum, and I think the whole guise of Ethereum is finally starting to come to an end. And the reason why I want to show this to you guys in this stream is because, you know, this, in my opinion, is bullish for Kadena. The more that we start to see, that these layer ones people are finally going to see that they aren't what people think they are, right? So as that happens, people are going to sell, they're going to capitulate, and they're going to take their money and put it elsewhere, right? So if we can, people start seeing that Ethereum isn't exactly what it is. And honestly, if you use Ethereum, I have no idea how you like it. But anyways, let's just go ahead and...
But why is this bear market going to be particularly hard on Ethereum? Well, let's first start by reading you an article. Do me a favor, don't take a look at the date that this article was posted. I just said it, so now you're going to look at it. Vitalik Buterin says, much delayed Ethereum 2.0, still on track for July launch. Let's scroll down here and read. Sometimes known as Serenity, Ethereum 2.0 has been a long subject to delays. Although originally slated for January, it'll be pushed back to quarter 2 and quarter 3 of 2020. Wait a second. But that doesn't make any sense because we just saw that it got pushed back again to potentially August of this year. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize, I shouldn't say that. That'd be deceitful. I didn't realize that this article came out 2 years ago in May of 2020. See, this article came out 2 years and 16 days ago, and it was saying that Ethereum 2.0 was getting delayed, but it is still on track for July. Well, now it's not on track for this July 2 years later. In fact, while I was digging, because I couldn't actually figure out the date that Ethereum 2.0 was supposed to launch, but what I do remember is, number one, Ethereum 2.0 was being talked about when I joined the cryptocurrency space. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to launch in 2019. It's hard to find data on that nowadays. And I even saw a tweet saying that it was being talked about and supposed to launch and was announced in 2016. What's the point here? Well, Ethereum has two major fundamental concerns. Actually, it has three. Number one, its gas fees are astronomical. If you want to...
Astronomical. That's a perfect word to use to describe Ethereum's gas fees. Astronomical, man. It's unbelievable. His voice scammed out. That's funny. I'm sorry, man. I I can't help you there, man. Might be a good time to throw the earplugs in for a minute. Yeah, dude, the gas fees are insane. How people use Ethereum is beyond me. It's completely beyond me. Like, I had some USDC, right? Is on Harmony blockchain. It was one USDC, right? And I was going to use the Horizon bridge and bridge it over to regular USDC, right? To bridge over one USDC was like $70. $70 to turn $1 into $1. It costs you $70. How is that even a thing? That's what blows my mind. How have we even gotten to a point where Ethereum is this much of a big deal? Like, I understand it's because Solidity is a big deal, right? I understand that there's a bunch of builders. I understand that all the, the fancy people all like Ethereum, right? But you have to look at usability. And dude, if it takes you $70 to transfer a dollar into another dollar, that's just insane. So yeah, I really just don't understand how people use it, but
mint an NFT on Ethereum, which is one of its larger applications. Good luck minting any NFTs that are worth less than $500. Why is that a point? Because if you're trying to send an NFT and you have to spend $50+ worth of Ethereum to move it, then you're never going to be able to use Ethereum for something like small NFTs that are worth $10. You won't do it because the fees are going to be so much. Imagine if your car ran on gasoline and gasoline was worth $4.60 a gallon. You'd get nowhere. Oh wait, that's the case also. That's beside the point. But fundamentals are also impacting Ethereum. If the gas is too expensive, then you can't go anywhere with it. That's why it's getting so hard to do anything in the United States, because gas is sitting at $5 a gallon. In Europe, it's been $10 a gallon. $4.60 a liter for God knows how long. That's one of the biggest.
The problem is ETH is a must for most good NFTs. See, I feel like that's a fair point. But that's kind of the thing. Like, that's the thing for me, at least, is that what else does Ethereum have going for it? I mean, its DeFi is kind of garbage because, you can't trust that your money's not going to just end up getting, hacked or exploited or something. Right? So the NFTs are really about as good as you got going. And then if you look at OpenSea, you've got all sorts of sketchy shit going on there. So it's wild to me. When it transforms to POS, the VCs will make a lot of money. Yeah, man. They will. And that's exactly the thing. That's why these institutions and that's why these big players that got a lot of money, that's why they love Ethereum, and that's why they'll continue to love Ethereum. But he'll get into the point that I'm trying to make here in a second. But you have $100, a couple $100 stuck on ETH wallets. Yeah, man, you just can't. If you can't even move money around, I don't understand how you're supposed to use it. It makes no sense.
Biggest problems with Ethereum, its gas fees are insane.
Oh, my point was Marmalade completely, Marmalade. That's really all I got to say there.
Its transaction throughput is very, very, very low. It's slightly higher than Bitcoin. It's a problem on Bitcoin. Bitcoin has layer 2 solutions like Lightning that are helping to solve that problem. Ethereum kind of does, but a lot of the things that happen on Ethereum need to transact on the main chain. And you're not just sending Ethereum as a currency. Ethereum is a cryptocurrency and a decentralized application platform. You need to send tons and tons of transactions on there. The throughput on Ethereum is minuscule. Here's the problem though. When Ethereum 2.0 does come out, people need to realize that it's not just going to solve all of the problems. In fact, over here we have 3 Ethereum merge risks to watch out for. The first one is that people might be expecting too much. Back in March, Google searches for Ethereum merge hit an all-time high as excitement grew about the upcoming switch. This is understandable given Ethereum is the second biggest crypto in the world and switch to proof of stake is unprecedented. However, speculation often drives price to unsustainable levels in the cryptocurrency industry, especially in the run-up to a big event. This is the key right here. Importantly, the merge will not address some of the biggest issues faced by Ethereum users. It won't reduce gas fees, which can...
It won't reduce the gas fees. Just keep that in mind. When I was listening to this earlier today, all I could think, because I'm not I don't like Ethereum. I mean, it is what it is. I just don't like Ethereum. So I don't really keep up to date with things. I don't really I'm not the person that's constantly up to date with Ethereum news. So when I was hearing this and found out that this merge that has been in the process for how many years now? 3-4 years. This merge isn't even going to really fix the issues that Ethereum's seeing. So, we could do, if the merge actually does happen when they say it's going to, we could still be in the exact same position we're in right now. And how do you think that all these people that have had their ETH staked for how many years, expecting this merge to be what kind of, takes ETH to the next level, how do you think they're going to feel when it doesn't fix the problems? What do you think they're going to do with their Ethereum as soon as they have it in their hands and have the option to sell it? What do you think is going to happen? That's what I want people to keep in mind.
Can come to $50 to $100 per transaction, and it won't do a lot to reduce network congestion. Those improvements will come with the so-called shard chains, which the team should happen at some point next year. There's a risk that Ethereum's price will suffer when people realize the much hyped merge won't fix all its problems. My point here is twofold. Number one, I want the community to be having realistic expectations. ETH 2.0 will not immediately solve gas fees and transaction throughput problems. It won't do it. It is instead changing Ethereum from a proof of work to a proof of stake cryptocurrency. That is a foundational step from which you can build the shard chains, which will help with the gas fees and the transaction throughput issues. Here's the thing though. Many other DApp platforms, decentralized application protocols like Ethereum, already do that and have already solved that problem. Cardano does not have a transaction throughput issue, and it's very simple to fix. Okay,
now I'm just going to say, Jeb likes ADA, okay? He loves Cardano. So, we like Kadena here, so we're not really vibing with Cardano, if you know what I'm saying. So, he's got his opinions, and that's fine. Those are his opinions.
Fix that if there is one. It does not have gas fee problems. The fees on Cardano are minuscule. They're almost nothing. And Cardano, for example, is not sitting here trying to fix problems that were built into the foundation a long time ago. How do you go into a house and take the foundation out and put a new foundation in? You know how expensive that is? A lot of times in construction, when you have to do that, it's actually cheaper to completely demolish the entire house and build from scratch. That's what Charles Hoskinson did when he started Cardano. Not to put too much love on Cardano, there are other projects too. Avalanche already has a very similar concept to shard chains. It splits up all of its transactions in parallel, something similar to what shard chains are supposed to do. 5 years ago, when Buterin started talking about shard chains, it was...
All right, here. Let me let me skip through some of this because I'm kind of getting bored at this point.
To another platform, the retooling aspect of changing where your DApp is built, and especially new DApps, they're going to get built. You can have a very smart person, very.
Okay, we'll cliff notes it, right? It could get delayed even further, and it's not going to fix the issues. That's the sum of it. So my point being with this, and the reason why I wanted to specifically show this, is Jeb personally, he's got a lot of Ethereum. And I think for him to make a video talking about how, one, these issues are not going to get fixed, two, they could be delayed even further, and three, he's referring to ETH possibly seeing like $1,400, if not even lower, and possibly falling out of the number 2 spot, way down the line, probably years. But the main reason I wanted to bring this up was that money's got to go somewhere. That money and that market cap has got to go somewhere. And it's going to go to the layer 1 that has the most potential. So I think once we break this, I think of Ethereum kind of like the Wizard of Oz, right? You get to the end of the Wizard of Oz and you pull back the curtain and it's just some dude just chilling there pulling all the things. I feel like that's kind of what Ethereum is, right? Like it seems like this big miraculous kind of thing, but at the end of the day, it's just, I think Ethereum has been screwed up for a long time, and I think that they thought that this merge or whatever it was going to be that they're going to do to fix it, I don't think it was as easy as they thought it was going to be. Hence why they keep pushing it back. And it will even surprise me if it even ends up happening. So we'll see. All I got to say is in August, if it gets pushed back even further, I would expect to see a lot of angry ETH holders. And with angry ETH holders comes people selling their ETH. And like I say, that money's got to go somewhere. So I think that's kind of a big thing for Kadena and just all these layer 1s, man. I think a lot of them have got to prove themselves. A lot of people love Sol. I have never owned a single bit of Sol ever, and I don't plan on it. Sol gives me the exact same feeling that I got about Luna. And I've never spoken about Luna on this channel. I've never owned Luna. I've never recommended Luna to anybody because something about it just always felt a little fishy. And that's exactly how I feel about Solana. So, that's my personal opinion. If you've got a blockchain that's just it's just going down left and right, we've got a bunch of transactions, it's going to go down. Oh, we just had a NFT project start minting. The whole blockchain went down. Which one failing would be better for Kadena, ETH or Solana? Definitely, I would say ETH because, ETH is ETH, right? Like it's like there's Bitcoin and then there's ETH, and you've got your two giants, and whichever layer 1 can basically start outshining those two is going to be the one. So I think just the fact that everything we got going with Kadena, I don't think as we sit right now that we're ready for that position, but I think in the future, in my opinion, Kadena's a longer term play, obviously, because we just don't really have much built right now. My investment with Kadena is a 5-10 year investment. That's what I'm looking, and I definitely think that within 5 to 10 years we could see Kadena in the number 2, if not top 10. And I'm not just saying that to be like a moon boy. I really genuinely think Kadena could be up there. It has all the potential. But I do think ETH failing is great for it's good for Kadena. It's good for all the other layer 1s though too, is what you got to keep in mind, right? So like if ETH were to fail, not everybody with their ETH money is going to go into, just Kadena, right? They're going to look at all the other layer 1s. I don't think Avalanche has a chance. I participated in one gaming project on Avalanche, and I will never use anything that runs that blockchain ever again. The gas fees are dog shit. It just sucks. Yes, we do need dApps very much. Zen. I agree. And I think that, again, I'll keep saying it because it's really the straw that's breaking the camel's back right now is we need builders, we need dApps, we need things to lock these Kadena tokens up in so they're not all just circulating and, you know, whatever. Jules, how much Kadena is enough Kadena? As much as you can get. That's what I'll tell you. Not financial advice, of course, but as much as you can get. Oh, my music. I forgot about it. As much as you can get. I'm stacking as much as I can. Was expecting KDA to boom in January with CADX. Yeah, man, I think we all were. That's the thing that sucks. You're in the same boat as everybody else. I think we all thought that CADX was going to come out sooner. We all thought we were going to see, you know, some crazy stuff. I think if CADX would have launched in the bull run, that would have been great. But another thing you got to keep in mind too is just because CADX launches, right? Like we've got KD swap, we have a DEX. So just because CADX launches, we still at that time would have had pretty much no dApps. So it really wouldn't have made a difference. And if you think about it, at that time, KD launch wasn't launched. What other tokens? None of them really. We didn't have KDL. We didn't have KDS. Shit, we didn't even have KDX. We didn't have Doc to look forward to or any of these tokens. So I think it just wasn't the time. But I think, you know, a lot of people look at that big pump that we had. A lot of people look at that big pump that we had as like a bad thing, right? But what you have to understand is this whole situation right here, all that did was that got people into Kadena. And that's a good thing, in my opinion. Because even though me and most people, we bought up here, right? Which sucks. It does. And it hurts. It hurts to look at the portfolio, especially when we're in these levels that we're in now. But if you bought up here and you're still bullish on Kadena and you're still buying down here, then in my opinion, you're making the right choices. ADA vibes with Dex. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, man. I have not followed Cardano enough to even really know much about that. I personally think 10K is enough, but approaching $1.50 is just too good of a deal. I agree. 10K is a good bag. If you can get 10,000 Kadena, you're sitting pretty. You're definitely sitting pretty. $1.50 is a huge opportunity, and anything below $1.50, like I said, really anything under $2 in my opinion is a good deal. Is there a point of no return? I don't know. I guess. I mean, that could be really said for anything. Like, if we came back down to, like, anything below 50 cents, I would be a little concerned. Because if we got below 50 cents and people weren't buying it, that would be a huge red flag to me. Huge red flag. Because at 50 cents, I'm selling everything that I don't need to buy Kadena at 50 cents. That's for sure. Give it some time. More impatient than anyone, but we need to give them and the project builders some time. I agree. I would not worry about the price right now. If you guys are worried about the Kadena price right now, I wouldn't even worry about it. I know we're sitting here literally looking at the chart and talking about the price, but I wouldn't worry about it. The only reason I look at the price right now is because I want to accumulate at good levels. So I stay on top of the price so that way, you know, whatever. I had some buy orders in, like we were saying earlier, like around in these levels here. So you could set your buy orders in and just kind of forget. But personally, I'm not the biggest fan of DCAing. Actually, funny enough, did a video on why lump sum buying could be a better option than DCAing. There's some studies and stuff about how you could actually be making more profit just lump sum buying and kind of, you know, moving on about your business than trying to constantly DCA in. Because, you know, you could buy here and then it could end up going up and then, you know, whatever. I mean, that'll happen with anything. But personally, I'm looking to lump sum buy. That was the point I'm trying to get at. It's going to go down hard. They want to scare you off. Yeah, I think that VCs are ready to go. I think they're ready to go. I think they know what Kadena. I think the whales and big players, I think they know what they're looking at. They know the technology, and that's the thing. These people, these big institutions and stuff, they've got people that do the research, that look into things, that understand the technology, and that's why I really don't worry about Kadena, because I know that once we get them dApps, once we get the ecosystem popping, and keep in mind something that Kadena has that not a lot of these other projects have is a community that is ridiculously strong. I've never seen a community like Kadena in the crypto space ever. So you just, the community you can't buy. You can buy Twitter followers, like a lot of these projects that are scam projects. They'll buy Twitter followers, they'll buy fake comments and all this kind of stuff, but you can't buy a community. So that is one of the things I think, and same with Flux. If you guys are followers of the channel, we love Flux here as well. And that's more or less because if you really think about it, the success of Flux also goes with Kadena and everything else. Half of our dApps on Kadena are on Flux. So Solana's got the best community. I wouldn't know, to be honest. I really wouldn't know. I know that a lot of people are into Solana, but I've never really been a part of it, so I wouldn't know. I would say Terra was probably one of the few communities that could stand up with KDA. That's the thing that hurt me the most about seeing what happened to Luna. The whole community, man, just got absolutely devastated, and that really sucks to see. There's people who are spending their lives building these projects and all this stuff, and then in the blink of an eye, you wake up the next day and the project's at zero, and everything you were just building is for nothing. It really sucks. You got to think too, like these YouTubers, these influencers, all these people who have put their time into these projects. That's another thing with ETH, man. There's a lot of like channels and builders and all this stuff that all goes with being in a project. Like if that disappears, it's all got to go somewhere. Getting a Flux node is so worth it. Is it? I'm happy to hear that, because I was actually thinking, yeah, we can take a look at Flux. I was actually thinking of picking up enough Flux to get a node going. Oops. So, here's the thing about Flux. You can see here, I have not really charted out much since we've fallen down here, because we've literally just been going sideways. Let's see. That's our main support, I would say, that we're currently sitting at. And I would say that's your strongest resistance right there. You've got 1, 2, 3. Well, you've got one test, a fake out there, a fake out there, another failed test, all these rejections. So we're just going sideways. This is a great range to be accumulating Flux. If you're buying Flux in these ranges, it's a good thing. I'm looking for like 50-cent Flux. I think 50-cent Flux is another one that's a huge opportunity, especially if you're looking, I think they just recently changed their node structure. So if you've got, I think it's 1,000 now. We can look that up. I think it's 1,000 Flux you need to get the cheapest node. And you get that going, I think you earn like 7% yield or something like that. If you're buying 50-cent Flux, it's very cheap to get that going. And another thing I thought that was really cool too, that I actually didn't know, is that a lot of these other Kadena projects, you can earn some of the tokens, right? So Mock, Miners of Kadena, they've actually got it to where if you're running one of Flux's nodes, you're going to be earning Flux, and you're also going to be earning some Mock too, which is pretty cool. So could be very beneficial to pick up some Flux for a node. Yep. So 1,000. It used to be higher. I forget. I think it was like, I don't know. It was pretty pricey. But I think 1,000's great. That's a good opportunity, man. And they've got some other ones too. I don't think they're on here, but they've got those like Titan nodes that are gonna be like really, really cheap to get set up. And the requirements for this is relatively decent too. You know, you can run on like a Pi or something. Jules, what do you've got your node running on? So, okay, now maybe this is something that you guys can actually answer for me, because I'm kind of ignorant to this. You know, you can run these nodes on like servers, right? So you pay for a server to have this node running. So how does that affect the decentralization of Flux? That's something I was wondering. I was actually gonna just DM Dan to ask him, because I was sitting there last night actually just thinking about Flux, and I was like, you know, if you've got a large amount of people that are running their nodes on some like servers that they're paying for, you know, if you have an issue with those servers, wouldn't that then affect Flux? So, you know, it's just something I'm kind of ignorant to, but interesting. I wonder how that works out. Must have to have at least 1,000 Flux if you're investing in KDA. Yeah, I can agree with that. I really genuinely think, like, if you're into Kadena, you should be into Flux. I really do think that they kind of just go hand in hand. The Flux team and Kadena team are very like tight knit, and you know, they kind of work very well off of each other. Do you know? Can we put any other coin on X Wallet except Kadena? Yes. You can put your KDS on there. If you've got any, I don't know about BKA for the back alley launchpad. I'm also not sure about KDL, but I know for a fact you can put KDS on there. I use Zelcore, so I'm not super into the X Wallet. Not yet. I will use it over time, but I've got all my Kadena on Zelcore, so I just kind of use that. Have one yet, but I'm getting 2 Raspberry Pis second week of July. Nice. Nice. Only partial impact, you think? Why have 1,000 Flux? Don't get that. What do you mean? You gotta have 1,000 Flux to run the node. I'm sure you know that. I'm not sure what you mean though. But yeah, dude, Flux is pretty sick. I really genuinely think that Flux has the potential to be the Web3, you know, AWS, which AWS is like a $500 billion thing. So, yeah, I mean, if you think $500 billion going into Flux, what that would make that, what the price per Flux would be insane. Now, am I saying that the market cap's going to end up at 500 billion? Probably not. Not for a long time, at least. Do we already have ledger support? Not following deeply KDA since January. Just sneak peek. I don't think so. But again, not a ledger person. Yeah, there's no ledger support yet. That's something that people keep bringing up. But they'll get to it eventually. How long have we been live? Let's see. Hour and 8 minutes. Nice. Okay. Yes, if you guys are in here, hit that like button. I appreciate you guys. If you're enjoying the stream, make sure to hit that like button. If you guys haven't subbed already, make sure to sub. I'll give you guys a little peek of the channel if maybe this is your first time here. We just kind of look at Kadena projects. We look at just relative crypto tips and stuff. Got this video out here, 8 steps to crushing the bear market. Yeah, just gonna be very transparent here. My average view duration on this video is horrible. For like a 13-minute video, it's like a minute and something, and then people like click off the video. I think it's a good video, man. I definitely suggest you guys go check this out. People probably just don't like the idea that I suggest a break. Which I think is very important, man. People got to take breaks. If you don't, you get burnt out. I've had to take multiple breaks since I've been in crypto. I think it's really important, and I think these bear markets are really the best time to do it. So, you know, if you guys are interested in some bear market tips and stuff like that, check that out. But we just look at a lot of Kadena projects, and I've got another NFT video that I'm going to be having out here shortly, probably within the next couple weeks. I'm waiting on a few projects to kind of get their websites and white papers and stuff out. So be on the lookout for that. I think this video was really, really good. We looked at quite a few good projects, NFT wise, and you know, there's more and more coming out all the time. So the nodes are spread across the world. That is copied across multiple nodes. So if one node goes down, the other ones will just have the data backed up. So it makes it really cool. Oh, okay, nice. Okay, that kind of answers my question then. So that wouldn't really be an issue then. So if you had a bunch of servers going down, the data from the other nodes would just kind of transfer to the other nodes. That's nice. Nice you to have the Kadena live stream. Now you can fill your day with you and Mata. Oh, you're a Mata viewer. Nice to have you here. Welcome. I love Ryan. He's a cool guy, man. I think what he's doing for the space, the whole Kadena ecosystem is great. I'll just go ahead and say I don't 100% agree with the whole KD swap situation, but at the end of the day, opinions are opinions. He's allowed to have his opinion. I think that's fair. But I think what Ryan's doing for Kadena is just something that, nobody else is really doing. I mean, not even me. I'm definitely not spending the time to recreate packed videos, because that's a process. It's definitely a process. And not only that, man, he's sacrificing his viewership and engagement and all that just to put out more videos about packed, which not a lot of people have a lot of interest in too. So you got to think about that, man. He's actually making a pretty decent sacrifice just to try to help Kadena. So, I think that's great. Shout out to Ryan. KDA NFTs are gonna start coming in bulk. Yeah, dude. Let me that brings something up. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. This project. This is right now my favorite NFT project, and they don't even have anything going. I just love the art, and I love otters, so I think this one here is going to be really big. Definitely keep an eye on this one. And my next NFT video I do is going to probably have we're going to go over this project. So, what are my views on the KD swap thing? So funny enough, I actually did a video right here, and I actually addressed the FUD in this video. I actually looked at the transactions, went all the way back to the very first two transactions. I guess we can actually I can just show it to you. People are kind of why they would not. It's so weird hearing my own voice.
Have it here on video still.
Is a $1,880 transaction of 650 KDA at about 30 seconds before 9 o'clock. So I guess if you want to come to the okay, this transaction, the very first one, if you go on the block explorer and you look, it says that it was 30 seconds before the actual launch, the time it was supposed to launch, right? I think it was at 9 o'clock, and this very first transaction was at was 30 seconds before. And then this next transaction, which is 1,116, $1,116 or $60. This transaction was a minute after the launch. So my opinion is, that the FUD is slightly, it's FUD, in my opinion. I understand where Ryan was coming from with it, but in my opinion, it just, if you just look at the transactions, it pretty much shows it. So do I think that there were VCs or some sort of malicious intent for them to get their buddies in buying a bunch of stuff? I don't think so. I feel like if that was the case, it would be it would be right here. You know, you'd be able to see it. That's like the whole point of blockchain technology, is so things are transparent, and so that way we can, you know, hold people accountable for stuff. So, yeah, that's what I think about that. And again, this is over and done with. I don't really want to, you know, I don't want to get into any drama or whatever about that, but yeah, full spend yacht club. Back to what I was talking about. This project. This is one of my favorite NFT projects, and no, they're not telling me to say that. I really just genuinely think that the art here, once they get their whole situation figured out, this one's gonna be sick. What's my opinion on Ryan? All right, Jules. See ya. Thanks for coming by. I really appreciate you, dude. Thank you for your support. Take it easy. What's my opinion on Ryan? I love Ryan, man. He's a cool guy. I don't got no ill blood for Ryan. I literally talk to Ryan every once in a while. We're cool. He's had me on his stream. He comes in my streams every once in a while and says hi. And anytime I hop in his stream, he most of the time, you know, says something. So me and Ryan are cool. I don't got no issues with Ryan at all. I really think that he plays a huge role in the Kadena ecosystem. I don't think people realize how much he really does. Sorry. What's your face? You asked about the KDA price not going up. So the thing is like I said, I would not worry about the price. I just wouldn't worry about it right now. Oops. The price to me is irrelevant right now. Besides the fact that we want to buy more. Damn it. Besides that fact, this price means nothing because we know what the tech does. We know, you know, we know what Kadena is going to do. So price right now doesn't matter. All right. Well, guys, we've been live for quite a while. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. If you guys got any more questions or anything, drop them in the chat. If not, we're gonna wrap it up and yeah, do it together live. Yeah, dude. Actually, if you go and check some of I don't know how easy it'll be to find, but if you go and check some of Ryan's older crypto network videos he did, there's a few live streams where me and him did some stuff. But yeah, we do need to get in touch and do a stream, a newer one. Because at that time, I was coming on his stream and I was showing low cap, you know, coins that I thought were going to do something. And just with the whole landscape of the crypto space right now, I've kind of moved away from looking at a lot of low cap projects right now because I'm really just focused on KDA. What's the next big thing coming to KDA? Well, we've got our DocuShield IDO, if I can find it. We've got our DocuShield IDO that's coming up here. If you're in the US, unfortunately, you know, you're kind of out of luck. You know Doc? Oh, okay. Yeah, I would say this is probably just like the next big thing going on right now. So yeah, if you guys definitely go get registered for this. Like I said in the beginning of this stream, I think DocuShield's going to be, I think they're going to be big. Adrian and his whole team are very hardworking, and it's you know, it's kind of hard to not notice it. He's in an AMA pretty much every day with like every project in the ecosystem. So I really just don't think there's any other project doing that. And just the idea is very standout. And you know, they've got a lot of plans for enterprise stuff in the future. And if you guys missed it in the beginning, Sunday at 5 o'clock EST, we're going to be doing a stream here on this channel with Katie Launch and Adrian from DocuShield. So that's going to be very exciting. So, you know, if you guys got some questions for either Katie Launch or DocuShield, definitely write those down and come swing by Sunday and we'll go over them. But yeah, hop in there and get registered for the IDO, and that's, that's all I can say. It really sucks that we can't, as U.S. people, we can't get in. It sucks. I really wish I could too, because I would definitely grab a fat bag of DOC if I had the opportunity. Again, not financial advice. But yeah, you get in here, get your KYC, get your wallet address, and you'll be good to go. All right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up. Thank you everybody who came by. I appreciate every single one of you. You guys are awesome. If you enjoyed the stream, leave a like. It'll be up if you guys want to go back and watch it later or whatever. We are going to be doing these streams again every Friday from here on out. Next week will be nothing but Kadena news. Like I said, it was kind of a last minute idea, so I just wanted to fill in some time with some other stuff. But we're going to only be we're going to be doing some technical analysis, and then we'll look at the most important stuff that happens throughout the week. So make sure to sub and like and stay tuned for that. Like I said, Sunday, come on by. But yeah, we're going to wrap it up. I'll see you guys later. Peace.